All right, we start now the Gewaldige Tefillah of Yehi Kavod, which is a Gewaldige and beautiful Tefillah. In fact, this Tefillah is formulated mostly from Psukim, where we request that the Rabbeinu Shalom's greatness should be recognized by all of the nations and all of the world's creatures as well. The Yesod V'Shoresh V'Avoda brings down that the compilation of the Psukim in Yechavod is, and the order in which they were composed, is actually based on very deep Yesodus, very deep principles, and they contain many hidden references to Hashem's very holy names. Yechavod is a very, very special tefillah, concentrating, listen to this, concentrating during reciting Yechavod is a proven skula, it's a proven method of receiving a certain amount of siyata d'shmaya, which can actually enable a person to maintain tremendous devotion and geschmack in tefillah, especially during the rest of Pesukah D'Zimra and Birchas Krishma. So if we learn how to concentrate during this incredible tefillah of Yehi Kavod, that will give us an inspiration that will last the rest of Pesukah D'Zimra and Birchas Krishma. Many of the psukim in Yechavod are made up from Tanakh. The Gaonim brings down, in fact, it's brought down in the Rambam, the Avudram and others, that we should say Yechavod right before Tehillah LeDavid. Now, a very important idea today, by the way, we're going to be just doing a little bit of an introduction to Yechavod. But Hashem, tomorrow, B'li Neder, we'll go into a little bit more detail of the words. The Beis Yosef brings in Siman Ul Aleph, B'Shem and Orchos Chaim and Siman Chavov, that the psukim over here in Yechavod, I don't know if you ever counted, but if you did, has 21 names of Hashem. Just in one paragraph in Pesukah D'Zimra called Yechavod, count it tomorrow morning, go through it, count it with your fingers. There are 21 references of Hashem's name, and that is Keneged, the 21 psukim of Tehillah LeDavid, meaning in Ashrei that we're about to say afterwards. The Aruch HaShulchan in Siman Nun brings down that the 18 psukim over here are Keneged, the 18 brachas of Shemona Esra. So we're dealing with a very, very choshev tefillah. It's a very elevated nature of tefillah. In fact, Reb Schwab Zatzal brings down that even though we know there are parts of tefillah that we're allowed to skip, there are parts of Pesukah D'Zimra that we are allowed to skip if we are going to miss tefillah b'tzibur. There's halachas, which we're not going into. We said it many times. It's not a halacha sheh, but there are certain parts of Pesukah D'Zimra that we are and should skip in order to make sure we reach Shemona Esra with the tzibur, together, starting with them. Says Rav Schwab, this tefillah we shouldn't skip. Now, even though we know there are heteim in Shulchan Aruch that if we get stuck for time, we just say Baruch Sha'ama, Ashrei and Yishtabach, right? And of course, if you have more time, Hallelujah and whatever. But Rav Schwab said, don't skip Yechavod. The elevation of Yechavod is so incredible. It's so important. There's names of Hashem in there. It's really very, very special. In fact, the whole idea of Yechavod Hashem La'olam reflects the state in which the world will exist at the time of Mashiach, and when the height of the development of mankind will have been reached, with the entire world recognizing that everything comes from Hashem, and that there is a Borei Olam, there is a Melech Malchei Amlachim, there is a Rabbeinu Shalom. So the tefillah of Yechavod is such an impossible thing. It's amazing. In fact, even if you look at the art scroll Siddur, he says this, which I don't know if he says it in many other places, but the art scroll Siddur says the following prayers should be recited with special intensity. And there's a reason for that. It's not Baruch Shem, it's not Asher, it's not Yishtabach, it's not Shema, it's not Shemona Esra. All of those have their own speciality. Yechavod has special names of Hashem. And it's, as I said, it's the idea that we're going to reach when Mashiach comes, that the world has now recognized that there's a Rabbeinu Shalom. That's an amazing thing. And that's what this tefillah is. So just to say a few words today, and the mitzvah Hashem tomorrow will continue. Yechavod Hashem la'olam. We want the glory, the gadlus of the Rabbeinu Shalom to be endured forever. Yismach Hashem b'ma'asav. HaKadosh Baruch Hu should be happy, should be rejoicing with what He created, and that's us. And of course, in turn, we have to make HaKadosh Baruch Hu happy. But we're saying the glory of Hashem will endure, and that we want the Rabbeinu Shalom to be besimcha with everything He created. Yishem Hashem mevorach mi'atav yadolam. We want the name of Hashem to be blessed from now until forever. This, as I said, this is a very important tefillah. It's an important paragraph. There's a lot of, like I said, from the Yisod V'Shorish Avodah, there's a lot of hidden greatness within this paragraph that obviously we're not going to get to. Maybe tomorrow we'll discuss a little bit of that, and we'll go through some more of the words as well. But let's at least remember, before we start Kavod, we're here and we're going to mention and try and make the world the way it should be when Mashiach comes, that we all recognize that everything comes from Hashem. Mitzvah Hashem, tomorrow we shall continue.